So with that being said, we just want Dante's name to stay high and humble, and we want everybody to know that the fight for justice is not over, and that we stand with everybody else, and that's really all we can say. We don't really have too many words, but thank you guys for everything.
We will now call forward Jonathan McCollum, President of Minnesota Justice Coalition.
Hello, my name is Jonathan McClellan. I'm president of the Minnesota Justice Coalition. We are part of a collection of organizations that work with the families and community to draft and advance legislation and other policy initiatives at the Capitol.
It's one of those days.
And in Washington, D.C. I want to give my deepest condolences to the families who should not have to be here and whose lives.
First of all, greetings and good vibes, everyone. It has been a hell of a day. I've been busy doing a lot of different things, and so I, of course, got news of what went down, and we've been posting lives all day. However, I am just now able to sit down. We're going over footage of lives from Mercado Media and Georgia Fort. What we're about to play is footage from Georgia Fort and speakers that had some things to say. And what this, I forget his name, Jonathan, right? I actually met him when I went up there. Amazing guy. He always has amazing things to say. And we're going to put his quote into post for y'all to read too, because his words are
Lives have been changed forever. Today is a day that will live in infamy. Sound familiar? This was an opportunity to set an example. The court makes examples of black and brown people every day. This is a problem that has targeted and killed thousands of black people around this country. The court chose to slap Kim Potter, a convicted killer cop, on the hand, while at the same time slapping the family and us in the face.
Yes. Yes.
It has been 57 days since Kim Potter was found guilty of first-degree and second-degree manslaughter. Potter, who has never expressed remorse for the Daunte Wright's death, even after the verdict was reached on December 23rd, 2021, after almost 28 hours of deliberation.
I actually didn't mean to take that video off, but what I had all day there was all these things I wanted to say, and I had all day to think about it, right? I sat at work, angry. But why? Like, I should have expected this. Did you expect this? Did you really think that she was going to get at least 7 years? Do you think she was going to get at least 7 years? No. I guess we didn't really think about this, right? Because the system shows us time and time again. Motherfucker in Minnesota killed a woman by accident. They threw the book at that motherfucker. He got arrested immediately and charged and convicted, and he's doing time. He was black. He shot and killed a white woman. A black woman, 52 years old, shot and killed, I believe, a 24-year-old man the other day. She's behind bars already. They've charged her with murder. Why does this not happen to white officers? Just officers in general, but why does this not happen to white officers? Let's sit and think about that one.
In Minnesota, they're at the hands of law enforcement here in the state of Minnesota in the last 20 years of black and indigenous and minority people. We're putting our lives on the line. Our families are out here putting our lives on the line to stand up for what we know in our heart is right. And they do this to our community. They do this to this family. They do this to the rest of our families. This is re-traumatizing for our families to see that we may never see our day in court. And then when we do see somebody get held accountable, then they let her walk with 2 years knowing that she's only going to do a year and a half? What do you expect for the community to do? You won't pass legislation. The legislators won't pass legislation. They get the families in the courtroom and they give somebody 2 years, which they're going to do a year and a half. What do they expect our community to do? What else do they want from us?
They don't want nothing but for us to die.
Our backs is up against the wall.
They don't want us here, so they messing with us. They fucking with us. That's all that this is. Like, they don't hear our cries. They could care less about our cries. At the end of the motherfucking day, and I've always said this, right? I just know when to shut up because it falls on deaf ears. But at the end of the day, I'm abolish. Full force. I've always been an abolitionist, but this is some bullshit. And I want y'all to wake the fuck up. A trial? Why the fuck are we waiting for a trial? Why are we waiting to get an answer that we already know? It's like pulling teeth just to get a charge. And she just said it, like, re-traumatizing. I can't help but think, like, I'm done leaving room for any kind of explanation. Not like I did anyway before, but yeah, I don't give a fuck no more. Like, it's at the end of the day, ACAB F12 always has been, but this shit, 16 months, y'all. Comment, let me know how y'all feel about this. Shout out to Watchdog Visual, who is out in the city right now, in Twin Cities, because they looting. Just want to let y'all know, Watchdog Visual, shout out to them. They're actually live on the scene right now, so if you want to check out what's going on, you're free to. I condone looting. Do what you want. If that's how you see fit to express your anger, I'm all for it. No one's going to tell me how or how not to react. This is my mind, my body, my life, my experience. And it's just funny how you can sit back and let someone go through all kinds of stuff in the world. And then in one certain instance, you want to say, oh, you can't do that. And you can't do that that way. I understand that you're upset, but you can't do that that way. No, fuck you. These people can do whatever the fuck they want because they deserve to be upset. I'm upset. I wish I was there right now. Honestly, I wish I was there standing in solidarity, but here I am. Yes, Stacy. Yes. Yes. In the capitalistic society that we're born and raised and bred into, right? It's no wonder to me that some people prioritize property over people. But I really wonder what these people think when they hear themselves, right? Like, where's your head at? You would rather support and defend a target than a fellow human being, or the murder of a fellow human being. Logic? Okay. Quick second. Kim Potter said, I don't know how many times, how sorry she was. And from what John just said here, tell me about it, Stacy. I'm so angry over the system. The murderous police get a slap on the wrist. And Jonathan said, and we get a slap in the face. No, for real. Fuck her, sorry. I forget where I was going with that, but the point is, like, we cry and cry and cry. No one cares. She can not even shed an actual fucking tear, just look like she's shedding a tear, and the model minority stands up and says, I feel so bad for you. And apparently she quoted Obama? What the fuck? I never did, but anybody who sympathizes with police, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm genuinely asking. Please let me know. I want to know how you feel. We can have a debate about this. I'm really curious. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about a cop, the job, the occupation, the system its fucking self. What is justice? What does justice mean to you? What does justice mean to black people? What does justice mean to minorities? What does justice mean to oppressed people who have to sit there and deal with the fact that their loved one is never coming back, and the person that killed them, that took them out of this world, still gets to eat and live and talk to and be with their family at some point? What is justice? What is justice? Yes, Michelle. What is justice when you murder a kid and cry about how sorry you are, but you're smiling in your mugshot? What is justice? I don't know what justice is, so I'm literally asking, tell me what justice is. I want to be optimistic and say that someday I'll understand what justice actually is and what it means, but will I? I think the only way that I can get justice for me and myself and my life and anything that means something to me is to take matters into my own hands and get my own justice the way that I see fit. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for seeking my own justice? Would it be wrong for Daunte Wright's brother to seek justice for his brother? However he saw fit to do that. Maybe that was just breaking into a Target. Maybe it was killing a cop. I don't know. But what does justice mean to you? There is no justice for taking a life. Michelle said, like I said earlier, Kim Potter gets a 2-year sentence and the Wright family got a life sentence. And that's one family. All the people in Minnesota just alone, okay? We've got Tashira, we've got in her family, we've got what, Dola Eid, we've got Hardell Sherrill, we've got Dante Wright, Winston Smith, Deanna Marie, Amir Locknow, George Floyd. I mean, we could go on and on. Just in Minnesota, there's a specific problem, in the whole country, yes. But Minnesota has a real big problem on their hands, and we're watching. We're all being slapped in the face by this. And they're using Minnesota as an example. We've seen this all across the nation. We're seeing this with the killers of Ahmaud Arbery, the McMichael brothers, and the Roddy Bryan. Real quick to touch on that, there was news that just came out about their social media accounts and the things that they said and talked about prior to lynching Mr. Arbery, because that is what they did. They hunted him down. They hunted and lynched him. And it was for thrill. I don't care what they say. The proof is in the pudding. Their social media posts prior to Travis McMichael talked about how he was so happy that he didn't work with any niggers. They talked about basically hunting niggers for sport. They talked about how they did not like their daughter, Roddy Bryan, or whatever the fuck his name is, talked about how he couldn't stand the fact that his daughter had a black boyfriend. And you could imagine the rhetoric. I don't know what was said. It wasn't admitted to the case. I don't know if it will be admitted to this case, but it's public knowledge. So I'm going to check on that. But Kim Potter had spoke about black boys and them being dangerous, and how white girls should not be in relationships with black boys because of how they, all kinds of stereotypical things, right? She said this to someone during, who was it? During the trial, there was a younger girl who was saying that her homegirl Kim Potter said this to, and I can't remember who it was. So you mean to tell me those tears were real? You were sorry to kill him. But your preconceived notions about how you view black people, apparently, or young black boys, corroborates with your killing of him. There's no justification for the whole taser gun thing. That's bullshit. I don't understand how Judge Chu fell for that shit. But again, Judge Chu fell for a lot of shit because she's sympathizing. So, but then again, I mean, she got Cortez Rice arrested for basically no fucking reason, for him speaking truth to power and speaking his mind. So we should have already guessed what Chu was gonna come back with, right? Yes, that's what I was getting at, Stacey. I'm so sorry. Rest in peace to Kobe Heisler, because that's where my mind was thinking of, was Kobe Heisler, actually. Because Kim Potter had a lot to do with Kobe Heisler's death. And I got to meet his mother at a protest last year and hear that story, and it really stuck with me. All of these stories have stuck with me, maybe because I went there personally, but maybe because it's just fucked up in general. How about that? All right. Let me take a breather. I'm gonna take a shot, because I've had a long day. I need this. Okay. No, it's okay. I want to be mindful of being mindful. What I mean is, every time something happens that we expect, we still get upset, knowing what to expect from these motherfuckers, right? Because my people have been done wrong before we even came across the ocean. Your people have been wronged ever since they pinned my people against your people. We've all been done wrong. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. Yeah, because if she was in general population, her ass would be beat on sight. There's not a person in prison who doesn't know about Kim Potter. Follow where my mind goes, because I really am not going to elaborate, but it would actually be nice if she was on house arrest. Anything could happen at home. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that take matters into their own hands. Not me. Yeah, me sometimes, but me all the time. Just not in this situation. I'm not harming anyone. But my point is, I'm a firm believer in karma. I really am. The day is going to come where the quote-unquote patriots, all the white nationalists that claim that they're patriots and whatnot, and that they're ready to shoot their way out to defend their country and all this other stuff that they're talking, right? Because it's not necessarily towards us black people or us minorities or us poor people. It's not about that. It's towards the government and the elite and the rich folk. They want to take them out. Who do you think they're going to come for next? Because work smarter, not harder. Every time our emotions get tugged by the strings, right? Make sure that you're reacting how you feel and how you see fit as you're analyzing it as well, but don't overreact. That's what they want. And they want us to not be level-headed while they're constantly organized. I want you to remain as stable as can be. Okay? This is not easy. It's never been easy. But we got this. We were born for this. Or we wouldn't be here now. People like Tashira doing her thing. These people set an example for people like me.
This is appeasing. This is appeasing to the white community. But this is not justice. And we want justice. If Dante don't get it,
shut it down.
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 say his name.
Dante Rice.
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 We will now have the brother of Dante Wright, Demick Wright.
All of that in a matter of 10 seconds. Do we even have such guidelines? Why is it that police aren't held to a higher standard in Minnesota?
Anywhere.
Have pride living in this
Unless
state,
they're
in this
black.
city.
If you black, you can get put in jail apparently, but if you're white,
And when
you
I
get
say
off
we, I'm talking to
scot-free.
anybody that
Or
is
a couple of
listening.
months.
I know that all these people are boots on the ground. They've been stepping for years and years. So if you haven't put those boots on yet, lace them up, join us. It's time to change. Thank you.
We will now have my brother, Nasir X. Thank you.
All right now.
Black power.
Black
Black
power.
power. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Say his name. Say his name.
Dante Wright.
Y'all sound dead.
Dante Wright.
Say his name.
Dante Wright.
That's right. Clearly today, we would like to say our deepest condolences to our beloved brother Dante Wright and all of the stolen lives who have been murdered by the slave patrols, which is the Minneapolis Police Department, St. Paul Police Department, and the police department in general.
All police departments across the
What you saw
nation.
today was a mockery to the black man and black woman, the indigenous man and woman, especially to Dante Wright's family as well. That's exactly what you seen there. It was a mockery. It was a laughing stock to the family and everyone in the community with the atrocities and everything else that they have put forth in the actual conviction that they have put forth for this woman. 2 years that they have given this woman. If you kill an animal, you kill an animal, you'll be sentenced for more time than that. If you kill an animal, you will be sentenced for more time than that.
What's that say?
America today, the justice
What's that
system
say?
was on trial. And once again, it showed that the justice system has failed. It had failed black America once again. This looks like the 1950s once again, as we have suffered and struggled over and over throughout the time in America to try to receive some type of justice in this country. Muhammad Noor was a black police officer who was
Muhammad
who's done
Noor.
the same exact thing, who made an accident as she claimed it was an accident, but he received more time than she did, and he's a black officer. So clearly this is a white privilege thing. Whether people want to agree with it or not, this is white privilege. She done sat up there and showed you white tears, and after the white tears, she done turned right back around and started smiling on her mugshot because she knew that the system, the very system that was created for her kind, was going to protect her and push
That
forward
part.
for her. And that's
Created
exactly
for
what you have
her
done today.
kind. Her
Black man and
kind.
black woman must
She
understand
knew
that change is going to
from
start
day
within.
one.
And this entire system needs to be stripped away and rebuilt back up. Because it's racism.
That's
from
what I'm
the root
talking
of the
about,
system
right there.
Within America. And that's exactly what's been going on from day one. So when you look at what's going on and taking place, the Dante Wright family, they can no longer see their brother, their son, their child. He's no longer coming back. And then she sits up here and gets a walk in the park after murdering this young brother. This is asinine. Clear as day. This is not justice. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
We will now call for my brother DJ with Twin Cities Coalition Justice for Jamar. Thank you.
Oh wow, I haven't seen him in a while.
My name is DJ Hooker. I'm with Twin Cities Coalition for Justice for Jamar. The first thing I want to say is I want to let people know that black lives do matter and that they are worth more than 16 months in prison.
That's right.
I want to say it's extremely messed up that Muhammad Noor got 3 times more jail time despite the fact that he had a less severe crime.
That part.
And I also want to speak to all the people a couple of years ago that had so much to say because their favorite targets was under attack. They said, be peaceful. Do it the right way. That's what they begged us to do. That's what they pleaded to do. But we've been doing that.
Right.
We've been doing that for years. And
Right.
today, what they showed is that even though 60, 70 years later, even after Emmett Till, white women tears still prevail.
Talk about
That's
it.
why we need to use a diverse pool of tactics, because this system doesn't care and this system doesn't listen. because right now they are treating us like animals.
Yep.
People's lives out here are getting worth less and less. We see that with the 22 years that they gave Derek Chauvin. We see that with the 2 years today and the 9 seconds that they gave Amir Locke. This is unacceptable, and something has to change.
Talk about it.
Can someone say that's not right?
That's not right.
Say that's not right.
That's not right.
Dante Wright says nay. Dante Wright. Say that's not right.
Dante Wright. I would like to also mention that Kim Potter was also involved with a young man named Kobe Heisler's murder. She asked the other officers to turn their cameras off
Yes, she did.
in Kobe Heisler's murder. They're saying that she didn't have a prior history, but she had a prior history.
Yes, she
It just
did.
wasn't on paper. She
Talk
had
about it,
a prior
Tashira.
history because before she got to Dante Wright, she was a part of a whole nother murder. And she's on camera telling the other officers to turn their cameras off in Kobe Heisler's murder. I will now call for...
So I'm gonna post a link to this specific live. Georgia Fort had filmed and aired this and posted it. But again, Mercado Media, shout out to Watchdog Visual. There are a number of different independent media sources. Again, independent media sources that are alive and well and doing their thing in the Twin Cities region, and I can only hope but to be a fraction of what they are right now, but I'm getting there. I stand in solidarity with y'all. The rest of us here at the Leon Block stand in solidarity with y'all, and we will do our best to rally as many people as possible to stand with y'all as well, because y'all are not alone. We see what is going on. We hear what is going on. We're not going anywhere. We'll continue to share the story. Now, for me, that's the end of my rant. I don't want to keep this live being too long for y'all. And it has been a long day. Maybe I'll do another live that is kind of the reverse of this, and that is back to something to kind of balance this out for y'all. But just, I'm not gonna say keep the faith. I want to tell y'all actually to keep y'all head screwed on tight. Keep that passion, keep that fire, because we need that and we need you. Make sure you meditate on your path, celebrate your being, liberate your spirit, and educate yourself. I'm John Tell. Have a great night.